Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Show Chill, hosted by Zenrotto and Oceaniz.
Hello, folks.
And man, we got two deaths in the book this week.
But we also have one confirmed return, the big one.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to talk about that too.
Yeah,
Hunter x Hunter sticking its
it's coming
dirty
back.
mug back in this magazine for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Uh,
Togashi's back. He has a Twitter,
yeah, the
and
man
it's like
made a Twitter, and no one thought it was real until fuck, what's that guy's name?
Murata.
Murata. Yeah, Yusuke Murata was like, oh hey, it's Togashi's Twitter, and then
Yeah,
the whole planet freaked out.
yeah. Like I actually cannot believe I'm living to see Hunter x Hunter continue. Like I don't give a shit about Hunter x Hunter, but still, I can't believe it's happened.
I like Hunter x Hunter. I would read it when it comes out, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, I've seen varying lengths that people have said it's coming back for. I've seen people
Mm-hmm.
say as much as like a full volume to like only 4 chapters, which is like half a volume.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know,
Well, it's
but it's
well,
something.
I can definitely answer that question. It's almost definitely a volume because what he says in the or what Yusuke Murata said is that there are 4 chapters left for him to draw before he comes back, and that kind
Oh,
of
okay.
that's where the whole like 4 chapters is all he's coming for came from. But no, it's probably going to be around 10 chapters from sort
Okay.
of what's sort of been coming from the Japanese side of things. We don't know when though. There was one account that was like, "Oh, it's next month," but that account was fake, which was very easy to tell because you click on the account and after 1 month, the Japanese tweets end and off and on come like porn retweets. So yeah,
Yep, there it is.
but yeah, we don't know when it's coming back, but it's very clearly coming back sometime soon-ish at the very least. So yeah, that's actually massive news,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, it really is. Hunter x Hunter, the return of Hunter x Hunter is always big news, and the internet slows down for a week or two after the announcement.
yeah, I mean, I thought one of the funniest things were people saying like, Togashi's gonna come back to the magazine. I'm gonna look over to Oda and see him still drawing Wano because he was already drawing Wano when he left. Or like, Jesus, all of Chainsaw Man happened in the
Uh-huh.
hiatus.
It sure
Uh,
did. I mean, the hiatus came out when Jujutsu Kaisen was like a baby.
yeah, yeah, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. As I said, I didn't believe I'd see it. But so yeah, welcome back, Togashi. Whenever you feel like it, whenever it is that he's back, I'll be happy to see it. I don't think I'll read it, but hey, I'm always glad to see mangakas thrive.
I will, so that means I'll be the one answering the questions in the comments asking why we didn't talk about it.
I respect the one guy. I respect the one guy every week who asks us, "Why don't you cover One Piece?" And
Every
one of
week,
us,
it's crazy, and I'm always like, "Duh, we don't even read it. Like, what do you want me to
yeah,
say?"
we don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
If we did
Um,
cover One Piece, it would be a shit show every week because y'all would complain about us not enjoying it.
Oh my god, we should totally start covering One Piece once it's in the final arc, but don't read anything beforehand. And just be like, what the fuck is this guy? What's he
Why
doing
don't I know
here?
who this guy is?
Yeah. What's a chopper? It's stupid. Get it out of here.
I don't like this little reindeer man.
Actually, I love the little
Yeah,
reindeer
me too.
man.
I like him. I like him, and I like Zoro, and that's like it. And
I
Sanji a
like
little bit.
him. I like Sanji when he's not being horrible.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you have to find time where Sanji's not being the worst, and then he's pretty cool. But he's the worst at
Yeah.
least half the time.
Yeah, although post time skip, frankly, Frankie is just off of the design alone gives me nightmares. That shit's awful.
Well, that's most One Piece characters for me.
Fair enough. Anyway, that's the One Piece segment this week.
There you go. We covered it. I hope you like it.
We covered it. If you want 200 more weeks of this, let us know.
hope you enjoyed it.
Every week we start the show by saying "fuck you, reindeer man."
Stupid little reindeer man.
Look at this little guy, just so small and so handsome. Anyway, what are your top 3?
My top 3 for this week. Number 3 is hard because a lot of them were like,
Mm-hmm.
I think Sakamoto for my
Oh,
number 3.
okay. Mm-hmm.
My number 2, I think I'm gonna go with. Actually, switch those two. Earthchild number 3, Sakamoto number 2, Jujutsu
Okay.
Kaisen number 1.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, my number 3 is My Hero, barely. My number 2 is Elusive Samurai,
Oh
actually.
my god. Okay, Elusive Samurai was good, but there's
Yeah.
a couple reasons why it's not in my top 3, and we'll
Okay.
talk about it when we get there.
And number 1 is the Michael Jackson chapter of
Yes,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
the goat continues to goat
Yeah.
as he does.
Uh, so do we want to get started? What's first?
Yes. First up, you know what's first. Why do you even ask? It's
Ah, that's fair.
it's fucking Vigilantes.
One last time.
One last time. Thank God, because this chapter sucked.
I mean, I don't know. It was kind of what I wanted from the ending in that it meant absolutely fucking
Yeah,
nothing.
well, it's nice in that it sucked in its own bubble. It wasn't like
Uh-huh.
it didn't suck right into like Deku's lap or anything like that, so that was nice. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, like there's there's like no closure to anybody. It's just like Koichi's in America now doing hero things. And the romance that we had been building up, she's just fucking living,
Yeah.
reading about him on
Just
Google.
Yahoo News, my
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah, and then Knuckle Duster is, I guess, still alive, fighting crime on crutches.
Mm-hmm. Which, okay, I mean, people complain about us, like, with Vigilantes that we don't talk too in depth with things. And, like, let's talk in depth. So when Vigilantes first came out, one of the big things everyone was excited about was that it was gonna delve into this whole idea of like, oh, but is it even right that you have to license quirks and that the people who do hero work without a license that they're vilified? Isn't that sort of, a moral dilemma? And then the series did absolutely
Did
nothing with
not do
that.
any of that.
Yeah, it didn't touch
That's
upon like
crazy.
this ending is wonderful because it's so like uniquely afraid of actually going there. It's just like, oh yeah, Koichi, you're legitimate now because people see you as a hero, so you're licensed in their hearts. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? That doesn't solve anything. So what? Just because like, so the law that in My Hero is like always brought up, or at least used to always get brought up with like, oh, you cannot use your quirk without a license, blah blah blah. Like the conclusion to it clashing with the reality of Vigilantes is just that be popular enough and people will accept you. Like, okay, fine, I can accept that. It's kind of like, oh, heroism is basically just a celebrity show anymore. Fine, but to do it all in the final chapter, come on. Like
Yeah,
we
the
could
only
have
thing I
done
liked
more with
was the
this.
mention that he's more liked in America because America has stronger roots in like vigilante culture because of like the
Yes.
superhero culture that we have over here.
Yes, actually, I really like that. Now that you
That
remind me
was
of
a
it,
neat
that's
little
actually very
mention.
cool.
I also like how apparently the reporters have no fucking idea he can't speak English, despite him looking like he has literally no idea what the fuck's going on. But it was pretty
Yeah,
funny when he said that he wanted to destroy Wall Street with all of his might, because yes, I agree,
yeah.
King.
My anti-capitalist king.
Apple anti-capitalist king, my son.
Actually, you know what? Koichi is a better main character than Deku for now, until Deku says something like, "We are the 99%." Like Deku needs to step up his game a little. Otherwise, otherwise the haters were right.
Defending the capitalist status quo a little too hard.
I mean, to be fair, they are fighting Jeff Bezos in the main manga right now, so
That's true. It's funny because they're defending the shitty status quo, but the alternative is like even more capitalism. It's like the enemy of the enemy is like, it's right now they're in a shitty capitalist hellscape, but then if they lose, it gets even more capitalism. They're just fighting the slow decline into end stage capitalism.
You see, this is why Koichi already wins out, even if it's only by accident.
Yeah, I actually need him in the main manga now, because
Yeah,
so he can just stop all this capitalism.
yeah. I mean, I need him to like swoop down and just distribute like the Communist Manifesto to people. He's like, I don't even believe in this, but it's the only thing anti-capitalist enough to like cancel him out. Oh, but God, I don't know. This ending was kind of very whatever. Like it didn't have that magic that anime or manga endings tend to have when they're done well.
Yeah, there's something really special about a good ending, and boy, this was not it. Sure wasn't
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Any final words on Vigilantes?
Bye.
Goodbye, Vigilantes. I wish I cared.
Anyway, next up on the
Anyway,
list, Anyway out of 10. That's my final series review for Vigilantes.
perfect. Perfect.
Next up is Blue Box.
All right, buddy. Were we disappointed?
No, this is one of the things I thought would happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it almost looks like he's getting kind of upset with her. Like, I don't know how to tell if him dropping down was him being like, I'm getting irritated with it, or if it's him falling for her.
I think it's more so. I mean, it could be either of those, but I would have thought it was more sort of just him realizing how messed up like his social relations have gotten now. That this is just something that can happen, right? Because if when he's like, "Oh, I can't take it anymore," I sort of read it more sort of as, why the fuck can I not interact with girls in a normal way? Why is it always this like loaded shit that makes me weird? But I mean, what you said also honestly sounds very plausible now that I'm looking back on it. I feel like he kind of regrets not going for it in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, that was the mature decision. But
Mm-hmm.
boy, when he's looking away, he sure looks like he's like, fuck. Why didn't I do it?
I mean, which is fine, right? Like on like a hormonal level, he totally would have wanted to, and it's good on him that he still made the mature decision. Like I think it's fine for him to be like, but man, would have been so good though, and then just sort of move on with his life. I feel
Yeah.
like that's acceptable.
Yeah, lamenting it is normal,
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to get smooched sometimes?
right?
Yeah. Um.
They said shuttlecock in this, which is funny to me. I always like it when they say that word because that's a funny word.
Hey, excellent taste.
I always
I.
enjoy when they say that. It reminds me of when the Discord for Shonen and Chill made that Toto meme, where instead of
Mhm.
what kind of girls do you like, it's what do you call the little thing in badminton. It's really funny.
uh, I love our Discord.
I know, me too. It's really good.
No, they're such great and funny people. I wish I wasn't an absent dad all of the time.
Yeah, I'm like too antisocial to exist on Discord for prolonged periods of time. So I pop
Oh
in
my
and out
god.
sometimes.
Oh my god, dude, me too. Like I am in so many Discord channels, including my own like Patreon Discord, and I really do feel like an absentee parent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I have like 2 minutes of social energy per day.
Yeah, my social battery is constantly on fumes here. I'm doing my best.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Um No, I actually remember the day I found out that you call that thing a shuttlecock in English because obviously English isn't my native language, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why is it got a cock? What part of
Yeah,
this looks like either versions of that word?"
I've always called it a birdie, and then I found out that it was shuttlecock, and I was just young enough to find that fucking hilarious. And it turns out I still find it funny.
Hey, me too, which might say something about our mental age, but hey. Do you run the show, dear viewer? No, we do, so we're moving on.
There's something innately hilarious about the line, "The shuttlecocks of someone who has no confidence won't beat me."
Uh, boy, boy, your dick's too timid.
You and your cowardly cock will never get past me.
No, I'm just thinking of Haru as like aggressively homosexual. Like, just in a bro way. He's like, bro, your cock, it just is not cutting it right now. It's like, dude, we're playing Batman. What the hell are you talking about? Dude, like, you gotta get that shaft in there. You gotta really throw it out there, like a bit more muscular movement. Come on, Taiki. Like, okay. But yeah,
I do like his little explanation of Taiki where he's like, he's pushing himself too hard and he's not like taking a break and enjoying himself. So he's just stressed constantly in this constant state of like, woe is me anxiety. And then he like tries to be nice to him, but at the same time he's like, this fucking child. And then the end of the chapter is straight up a sports manga ending. This is absolutely a sports cliffhanger right here.
Oh yeah, like the guy just showing up there, and it's like, oh, will they clash unofficially?
Will they swing their shuttlecocks at each other?
Will they fence with their the oldest bonding exercise for men in the world. But yeah, this chapter gets pretty good out of 10. Like, I wasn't as
it was okay.
Broken, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't painful like other weeks.
Next up is the final chapter of Ayashimon.
Yeah, speaking of painful.
Yes. Boy, this chapter really sucked, which is a consequence of it ending in 19 pages. So, does it feel to you like he was expecting it to get canceled, didn't get the notice, and then got it later than he thought he would?
Yes.
It really feels that way. Because, like, yeah. I feel like the initial reveal of Doppio was meant to be like, we're going to conclude this shit here now. And then he was like, oh, I guess we're not. So we'll just say he turns into him. It's like a transformation thing instead. And then it got canceled for real. So the finale of the series is I'm going to fight Doppio now in a, like, on the street in a gang fight.
Yeah. Which is, like, this is, I feel like ever since Candy Flurry, these endings have been getting worse and worse. Because, I mean, this isn't even an ending, right?
No,
like, this is...
It's the final chapter of the fight that he wanted to write, which is fine. And then, like, 2 pages of him saying, I'm going to punch Doppio now. Like, he didn't even try to make it an ending, which I guess I'm not really blaming him for that. I'm more blaming the magazine for that shit. Because, yeah, like I wish they would just admit it when they canceled something. Like, why does it say the end? Like, this was how it was scripted. Fuck you. It's not.
Yeah, like it's just like, how do you, as like a magazine overseer, look at make something like this happen and just think that this will not hurt your reputation as like a magazine? Because like this one is so obviously like a last minute cancellation, and it's so annoying as well because this guy was really given no notice, it seems, right? Because like he concludes this fight and then the actual ending. Yeah, there is no ending. There's no like.
It's 2 pages with 3 dialogue boxes.
Yeah.
Which is just like the start of a fight. The ending is a beginning of a fight.
Yeah.
Which, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's weird because I didn't think Ayashimon was selling that badly.
I mean, Phantom Seer wasn't either. It's action series really need to perform like above and beyond the pale these days to it, which is why I feel like you're seeing so many things that aren't action series getting put in these days.
Like, that's also true.
Shugamaru is somehow still alive. I haven't seen any human being say they like that shit. But it's got the same amount of chapters as Ayashimon, and Ayashimon got killed, and it did not.
Also, side note, did you heard about the big plot twist of Shugamaru, right?
Is Shugamaru, yeah.
Yeah, where Shugamaru is the main villain.
I
honestly kind of wanted to get back into it after I read that because that's insane.
Yeah, it sure is fucking insane.
Yeah. But no worries, folks. It's not coming back to the show.
No, you're safe. You're safe here.
The only way that happens is if Shugamaru reveals that it was secretly like a My Hero spin-off.
I would read it if the joke is that Slash Takizawa has always been Shugamaru, just like in costume. And him, when he shows Slash Takizawa, is him like trying to get confidence up to come out and hang out with everyone as his real self.
Damn.
Yeah.
That actually kind of slapped.
So we are so while we're on the subject of cancellation, we are going to be losing something else because there's 2 new series coming.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it's gonna be? I'm assuming it's Duran.
You think?
I think so.
Because you know what else I had massive I'm ending soon vibes?
Hmm.
Earthchild.
Yes, Earthchild today got an insane like, holy shit, we skipped everything and we're at the end now. I
Mm-hmm.
really liked it because I was like, oh fuck, it got me super hyped.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like, yeah, if Earthchild is really only supposed to be the story of getting her out of space, it's definitely gone. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I assume I feel like it's a little too early for it to get axed just on sale numbers because
Mm-hmm.
it's only chapter 14, and
Yeah.
the sale cancellations usually tend to come a little bit later, but it could be. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know because they haven't announced the second cancellation yet.
no, they haven't.
Uh,
We just
w-
know there's two coming, which means someone else is getting the cut.
yeah, I mean, I'm assuming we'll know on Thursday when like the leaks start coming out, and
Hmm.
then the news drop usually. But yeah, my money actually will be on Earthchild.
Okay, I could see
Um,
that.
and, and I wouldn't even be too mad to be honest. I feel like if this is the entire story this guy wanted to write, absolutely, I'm fine with that. I don't need it to go on for much longer.
Yeah,
If it
once
does,
they
that's
get her out
great.
of space, I'm pretty okay with just like an ending of them all being together. That would be cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, I sure as fuck hope its final chapter is better than Ayashimon.
Yeah, sorry, Ayashimon, your final chapter. I almost wonder if that was like intentional. If he was just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna try to do something to make it make sense. I'm just gonna write what I wanted to write, and then I'll slap a
Mm-hmm.
little conclusion on there.
Yeah.
Because his
But
author note was very sad.
really, what was it?
It was a very short time, but thank you for reading my manga. I really hope I see you again.
Aw.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah. This is so weird because Yuji Kaku is not like a nobody. He has an already successful manga out. So it's weird that he would get treated like this,
I mean,
right?
Kishimoto had a successful manga out too.
Okay, but Kishimoto was producing aggressive mid.
Yeah,
Let's be
okay, you're
real.
right. Yeah, Samurai 8 was like some genuine hot garbage, and it's still got 43 chapters to try to exist.
Yeah, and it got like, animated trailers and shit, which in hindsight is the funniest shit
I know.
imaginable.
It's funny to me how hard they pushed that, and to the point where like they didn't advertise Mission Yozakura Family at all, and Yozakura
Hmm.
is still going, and Samurai 8 finally had to get shut down because it
I
sucked
mean,
so bad.
the best thing about Samurai 8 to me was still the Wiz account promoting it months after it had gotten cancelled.
Mm-hmm.
That was the
Still promoting
funniest
the
thing.
volume releases.
Yeah. Where it's like, my guys, we don't want this shit.
Nobody
Get
wanted
it
it.
out of
That's why
here.
it got canceled.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, shame about Ayashimon. Uh, I get it would have been cool to see where it goes, but it is what it is. Out
Yeah,
of 10.
is what it is out of 10.
Yep. All right.
Next up is Mashle.
It was kind of whatever, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I like the guy. I like the I'm the main character guy.
Mm-hmm.
The panel where he calls himself the greatest creation in all of humankind was pretty great.
Mm-hmm. With like the angels and the
Yeah, it's like
cherubs.
the light and the feathers and shit and the angels around him.
Uh-huh.
And it was cool when he nuked the shit out of all those giants.
Yeah, that was some cool paneling too. Or like page
Hmm.
progression, I guess.
Where it was like one panel of him swinging, and then the next was like the effects on the whole city, and then he moves it
Mm-hmm.
again. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and also, I actually do like the guy at the beginning who's like, I'm not gonna save this child. I'm a garbage person anyway.
Yeah, he was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but yeah, it's weird. I feel like this was kind of a stalling chapter almost.
Yeah, I do like the gag
Which
at the end where she was like, I have to keep turning this key in order to save him because everyone will blame me if I kill him.
yeah, that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it wasn't like he's our only hope. It was if I don't do this, everyone's gonna get mad at me,
Hmm.
which I thought was pretty funny. I can relate.
Also, that wind up key, that's like the most transparent. Oh, shonen protagonist can't make it yet tool I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and it's
a
so
wind-up
funny.
key and like a meter that shows when he's
Yeah.
at 100%. It feels like an intentional like direct parody of Goku on Namek when he's in the healing pod,
Yes.
and he's like, "I'm
Yes.
not done yet." It's really funny.
please, please hold out a little longer. Sounds of Krillin dying.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, no. Mashle was pretty cool. I'm kind of interested to see sort of what we're gonna get in this final fight. Um, but yeah, I am already out of things to say on it. Like very much a filler chapter in my opinion.
Extremely, yeah. Okay, next up is Akane-Banashi.
Which was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. Again, I kind of don't really care about like actual Rakugo performances in this, but I enjoyed the way that he was doing it, sort of to impart a lesson onto her,
Mm-hmm.
just for her to sort of understand that there's multiple ways that she can do things and like multiple ways that she can approach a craft she
Mm-hmm.
already kind of feels too good in, I guess. Like she thinks she's hot shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it's been nice with having both of her senior students teach her like a legitimate lesson that isn't just like humble thyself. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
real actual lesson on how to do better at what she's doing, and to show you like that the people that she's working with are actual like pros, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Yeah,
the
and
times
those.
when you get a series like this and it's someone coming in and doing something like where they're the child prodigy, every time they get a
Mm-hmm.
lesson, it's always just like be nicer. It's not
Yeah.
like actual craft advice. So it's nice to like the people that are helping her feel like they're experienced pros trying to genuinely help her.
Yeah, and like not even just help her get better, but also sort of deepen her appreciation of the craft, right? Like also with the
Hmm.
history of Rakugo, which I'm always a big fan of, like contextualizing anything with history, because I feel like it's one of those topics that a lot of people just sort of get glazy eyes and just sort of ignore, because history can be very fucking boring if told by a boring person.
Hmm.
But yeah, like everything you can get into has history, and more often than not you do benefit from knowing it. So I was very glad to see that come up in something like this.
I also think
um
the last panel is very funny.
what, the sports fest, or what is
Just
it, like the festival
the
thing?
mean mug look she's got as she's walking into the fucking theater performance.
That reminds me of that like meme of the one guy in Haikyuu getting shot. Like just doing that.
Like she got like the arm out protagonist pose. She's like walking in. It's just like she's going to the theater tournament.
She's going to community theater. Like they start like the Rakugo thing, and she just gets up and pummels the guy next to her. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Starts
I
beating
thought
his
this
ass.
was." And they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was Shonen Jump."
I saw the word tournament and I just assumed.
Yeah, come on, use your fire, Todoroki. Let's go.
It's your Rakugo, not his.
Rakugo, I'm sorry. I read Bakugo. But yeah, no, I'm actually kind of interested to see how the author will like structure fights, I guess, or
Yeah, I
like
don't know how you're gonna
conflicts
have
in
like a
this.
tournament.
Rap battles.
I'd watch that.
And, I feel like at that point it'll very much though need like good paneling and good art to support it, because I mean we can't hear the sick disses after all.
Yeah, it won't be as quite as sick in the moment.
A Maybe if it gets an anime. I mean, if it survives past chapter 25.
Well,
Um
yeah.
yeah. I mean, hopefully now it's at least a little safe, because I feel like there's always a good amount of weeks between cancellations, or like rounds of cancellations, because they have to actually line up a new series to be made. So I feel like until that happens, Akane-Banashi might even get sort of past that threshold at which you can still feasibly get canceled. Although I guess that threshold is fairly high. Like Samurai 8 was what, 44 chapters, did you say?
43, and I mean, Robot X Laser Beam got canceled in the 60s.
Oof, okay, well, so you're never safe.
I think Buso Ranking got canceled in the 80s.
Whew, okay.
Let me look that up to be exact. Yeah, 80. It got canceled on chapter 83.
Jesus. Okay. Need that to happen to Roboco. What?
Roboco's getting an anime, unfortunately. So God help us, it's
Yes.
not going anywhere.
Great day for supremely unfunny people.
Yeah, fucking unfunny people on Twitter thrilled because they might also be able to live their dreams.
Well, hey, at least the anime won't last long because episode 1 will come out and they'll get sued by Family Guy.
Stole our whole shit.
Well, yeah. It's just Japanese Family Guy.
Yeah, it really is. Which you think I'd
But
like, but it turns out I don't.
no, turns out just pointing at a thing saying, "Look at it." Reference is not actually that funny.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, understandable. Have a nice day, I guess. What's next?
Next up is Witch Watch.
All right. Ooh,
Bless you.
thank you. I feel blessed. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, my dude. I flicked through this chapter like I was quote unquote revising for an exam. This
Yeah,
was
it was
very
it was nothing. I thought the funny bits were when she made a bird that looked so shitty that it accidentally came to life because it was shaped like a shikigami.
mhm.
And I also thought it was funny when the shikigami went to go into the water to get her hair clipped back and like sacrifice itself. And there's like
Uh-huh.
the dogless death scene of it like shrinking down in the water and she's screaming and crying and then it just flies back out.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
It's pretty funny. I don't actually. Okay, I don't really remember who the fuck this character is. Like, cause she's been
Isn't
in 2 chapters now, and I don't know who she is.
Yeah, isn't she just their classmate who was like a super traditional Japanese family?
I think maybe. I honestly don't remember. She's so like nothing, and now she's
Yeah,
here all the
that's
time.
yeah, because this is the character that they had to help with like the tea ceremony, right? In that one chapter.
Is it?
I think so. I
I
would have.
genuinely don't fucking remember what anything is in this fucking series.
Yeah. Can we just skip to Mori and Nico kissing?
Please, and then just end the series so nothing else gets canceled.
Exactly. Just, yeah. I mean, we've said this multiple times. Like these more incidental chapters don't hit as hard. Um, but yeah, all right. Now that I'm rereading it, that gag right at the end is pretty funny.
Yeah, where she's like crying and he's slowly sinking into the water.
Yeah,
It's
he
pretty
even
good.
gives her like a salute
Yeah,
beforehand.
the little like yeah, he gives her a sacrificial salute and flies off.
Yeah. God. And then the chapter just ends right after that.
Yeah, and he just comes out and she's like, "Yeah, he just hangs out on my hair clip now," and then it ends.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it was extremely okay out of 10.
Ex- Aggressively okay.
Aggressively average out of 10. Next
Hmm.
up is Undead Unluck.
Um, so what is happening?
We're back at HQ. Um,
Yeah.
the 2 dickbags are there, Unruin and Seal.
Yeah, Seal,
Which
right.
is a really funny name because I can't help but think of like seals when I say it. Um, and then like they found an unbreakable door because of Unbreakable, and they're like, we need to kill
Mm-hmm.
Unbreakable to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get attacked by that person, the girl whose name I don't remember, in the in the
Uh
in the cube, the robot ball.
oh yes, Tatiana?
Tatiana, yeah,
Tanya?
yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Yes.
And then
Um
he's going in there to find the doctor that turned traitor on them, and he's like, yeah, well, I want to save my wife, uh, so I turned traitor. And he was like, hey, fuck you, buddy. And then now they're fighting.
right. So this because I'm just so lost with Dr. Nico. Was I supposed to like care about this character or like know him beforehand? Because I swear he's been like in 3 panels before this point.
I remember the panels where he turned traitor.
Yes, that I do, but
Um,
before that, I mean.
I don't know. I don't remember him, and we're gonna get lit up in the comments because everyone in the comments gets so offended when we're like, I really don't remember this person doing that much. They're always like, wow, I didn't know you guys were fucking idiots. Maybe you should actually learn how to like read text. And it's like, dog, Undead Unluck isn't getting canceled. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Also, if I knew how to read text, boy, would I not be standing My Hero Academia.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, no, because the thing is, like, I vaguely remember him being around for like much of the plot.
He apparently is just sort of in the background.
Yeah, but still, like, I don't know. I'm just so confused as to what the series wants me to think or feel here. Because like it feels like it's making a big deal out of his
Undead
betrayal.
Unluck wiki, I looked him up while we were talking, and the Undead Unluck wiki only has information on him from the Spoil arc, which is like the first time they go on a mission together. So he ain't been doing much. He appears in around chapter 18.
Okay. Wait, let me actually go find it. Like I know, as I said, I know he appears, but it's like they're making such a big deal out of this reveal, and I somehow really do not see it. Right? Like it doesn't feel.
Yeah, I don't give a shit at all about this fight. I kind of am just waiting for it to be over.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole betrayal thing just didn't. I don't know. It didn't land for me. Oh yeah, there he is in chapter 18. He's in the background.
Yep, there he is.
Oh, this is back when we would see Fuko's titties in every chapter. Nice.
Yep, sure is.
Sure is a lot of tittage. But yeah, no, I don't care about this betrayal. And if you want to call me illiterate because of it, yes, I am. Whatever you say. Like you want to call me stupid? Yeah, of course I am. Go for it. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for something to happen again in Undead Unluck that I actually understand.
Yeah,
that's sort of my position.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you too. It's like Undead Unluck is just sort of, the fuck are you doing right now? I don't care about this. I don't care. I don't even really care about the Unruin and Seal attack on the base. I just don't really give a shit.
Well, both Unruin and Seal kind of just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, and like we've already established that Andy's goal here is that we're just gonna ride the arc and start over again anyway. So everyone's gonna die anyway. So I don't really care that everyone's gonna die. Like,
yeah,
and then they're gonna ride the arc and they'll all be back again. So
yeah, it's such a weird case too because like this is all cool shit. Like they're fighting, they're doing cool stuff, and I want to care about all these characters in the series. It puts weight on characters that I feel I should be caring about, but it just feels like such a convoluted mess of trying to keep track of who's allied to who appeared when, who has what ability. Like it's just very, very, tangled, like a big web of stuff. So yeah, that's definitely sort of holding back my enjoyment. But I mean, I'm still having fun. Like Andy is great. The double spreads this author produces are phenomenal.
yeah, the art's always good, and Andy is kind of hard carrying. I'm not gonna lie. He's just that good. I really love him.
So anyway, do we want to move on?
Yeah, I think that puts us in top threes now, since our top threes only had one crossover between the two, the obvious one.
Well, yeah, the good one.
Yeah, the good one. So next up, starting from the back, is Earthchild.
Great. I mean, as always, lots of emotion there. But as I said, really smells of, oh no, I don't know if I might get canceled.
Through at the end there.
Well, not just rushed it through, but also like added an additional, never before heard of like danger that forces them to accelerate. Right?
Yeah,
like with the whole meteor shower.
We can't try again if we fuck this up. I like their plan. The playing peekaboo with the baby thing, the way it's depicted is very funny. With the baby just freaking out and being like, "Yeah, mom."
Just a giant beam.
Just a giant energy beam. I liked the little. See, if it didn't feel so rushed, I liked the little like information we got in the beginning where the astronaut woman is like, weirdly enough, Albert is the one who seems like nervous, and he seems like he's kind of unpredictable, and he's almost panicking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been cool if like we didn't immediately get the dump as to why, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
the immediate dump as to why he's panicking, I was like, oh fuck, that's a lot of information awfully quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it also, I don't know, it kind of makes some stuff weird in retrospect, like the fact that that he was okay with them going up, only to immediately go down again to like meet Mamoru's grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like if this had been a factor there as well, he would have at least protested a little.
Or like mentioned it at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So this really feels like a uh-oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's make sure I have a trump card ready.
Just in case I have to end it at any time.
But it's weird because now they've got her. So like, where's it going now?
Well,
Right?
he's got her, but now they've got to navigate her back.
True.
And also get
That
her
is
out of the rock she's fused into. Like, how are they going to do that?
Bleach.
Not the chemical. They're just going to have Ichigo come and do it.
Yeah. Actually, this is actually just Burn the Witch season 2. It's been all along. God, what the fuck is that? Is that even still happening?
I thought so. I haven't seen anything about it not happening, but I haven't seen anything about when it's going to happen.
Yeah, because didn't Kubo also announce that he was going to continue the actual Bleach manga? Wasn't that the whole point of that like special thing?
I thought it was just a one. Well, it was a one shot, and then a lot of people were speculating it would be a continuation because it says the word arc at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it reads like an arc announcement. But then nothing has come from that either. So.
Yeah, because the entire Bleach situation is so weird once again because like they announced the return of the anime and not Witch Watch, Burn the Witch, season 2, and then of course COVID happened.
Yeah.
And it's been radio silence ever since, pretty much. Well, the anime got that trailer a month ago, 2 months ago. I don't know. Time is weird. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. What the world looks like with Bleach running again. Because
need that in my life.
Isn't Bleach gonna be contemporarily running with Jujutsu Kaisen season 2?
Yeah.
Jesus. Will you be okay?
I may go dark on the show for a few weeks in just a peak fiction overdose, but otherwise, yeah, I'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll go dark by necessity because every time I'll call you, it'll just be like ah.
Yeah, it'll just be gorilla noises and shrieking every time I answer the phone.
Oh well, I guess folks look forward to a couple of solo shows from like what is it, September, November onwards?
Yeah, I think so. Although it may end by then because we don't know how long the release is going to be for it. Like we don't know how many episodes it's going to be. If it's going to be like the full 1,000-Year Blood War, if they're going to like split it up or what. Because Jujutsu Kaisen 2 is in January, I think, right?
Well, it's in the winter season at the end of this year, start of next year. So anytime between December and March, basically. We don't know the exact date yet.
Okay. So they'll either be close or as soon as one ends, the other will begin. So it'll keep me on like a constant drip feed of peak fiction, which is also acceptable.
Yeah, I'm just worrying for your health, right? Like you're gonna, even if it finishes and then Jujutsu Kaisen starts, so you're gonna go from the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, and you're gonna turn your TV on the next day and you're gonna watch Hidden Inventory.
Yep.
Like that's.
Yep.
I don't know if you can take that much rhonium, that much kinonium in your body.
Peak fictiononium.
Peak fictionum.
Doctor, his peak fiction levels are way too high.
Keep him going. Put Gojo in it. but sir, the peak fiction, do it.
Sir, no human body can take this much peak. Do it.
Show Gojo's eyes. Have Yuji do an Ichigo impression. Do it. You know that's all shit that would actually kill you, right?
It absolutely would. Beyond all reason. An official like crossover chapter like they did with Dragon Ball and One Piece with JJK and Bleach, I'd be done. I'd be out.
Fair enough. Anyway, Earthchild was good.
We always do this to fucking one series.
Yeah, honestly, every series that isn't called My Hero or Jujutsu just has this danger.
Yeah, just the risk of a 15-minute segment with none of about the actual series.
You know, they might. I feel like people could call us style over substance, but I feel like we don't even have enough style. It's just no style, no substance, just noises.
Just all sounds. Yeah, it's just sounds.
Sounds coming to you on youtube.com. Shonen and Chill. Pledge to the patron today.
For more sounds.
Yeah. Maybe next week we will unlock. Ooh. we make a Kickstarter, and at every pledge goal we like learn a new sound. Okay, well, is there anything we actually want to say still on Earthchild?
Nah, I hope it doesn't get canceled. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get canceled out of 10.
Stick around out of 10.
So next up is the Elusive Samurai.
I swear to God, this was the best chapter since the last chapter they fought.
I know, since the last time they fought this guy.
Yeah. I don't know, he's just so raw every time.
Yeah, it's because it's actually something happening.
Yeah, true.
Boy, I really hate that they're 10.
Right? That's annoying.
Every time I read that, I'm like, wow, this is really dumb.
Yeah.
Like, how
this is very much
on page 4, the bottom panel is a 10-year-old boy holding off 2 adult men at the same
with one
time.
blade. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm fine.
What are they feeding these 10-year-olds?
Yeah, holy shit.
Peak Fictionium.
They're drugged up on the peak Fictionium.
Yeah, let's actually talk about this chapter.
You remember in the Did you watch the Batman?
Yes, I did.
Remember when he injects that shit in his leg at the end and he goes crazy? That's peak Fictionium. He just starts beating the fuck out of that guy, yelling domain expansion over and over again.
Oh my god. Elusive Samurai would slap harder if they yelled domain expansion over and over. But no, I actually really like the tactic they used to beat him. Like the whole logic of he is at his strongest when he's running away, so you just have to have him run away at his opponent. It's just a perfect mix of stupid and raw.
Yeah, it's like just cool enough to not be really fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know where it is in Dragon Ball, where it's like, use your head, and he just bashes his skull into Frieza. Like, that might actually be abridged. I might actually be doing the cardinal sin of mixing them up. But anyway, it's sort of that level of funny.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my god, but also, oh my god. You know?
Yeah, I like his little death bit at the end where he was going on another speech of like, I don't have any regrets, but then he remembers that he does in fact have one. And so he was like, oh, that was like a nice little ending for this guy.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of like mid-death realizations about something that was obvious.
Yeah.
Right? Like yeah, here where he's basically like, even though his entire life he tried to be this heartless monster, right at the end he realizes, oh fuck, actually, I was just a dude who cared about things, and I am sad to see them go. And that's really cool. It really reminded me also kind of the people who read Vinland Saga, of the Valhalla chapter. Do you read Vinland Saga?
I do not.
Because there's a chapter where like one guy, well, after a battle, like a Viking is dying, and you sort of see his thought process, and he's like, oh yeah, any moment now, the Valkyries are gonna lift me to Valhalla. Any moment. Wait, no. And he like, as he's dying, he realizes there's just nothing but the void, and that he was like a murderer and rapist for nothing. It's a very, very powerful chapter in my opinion. But yeah, anyone who hasn't read Vinland Saga, read Vinland Saga. Don't listen to people who said it fell off. It didn't. But to get back at Elusive Samurai, I also really like the page where he actually kills him. Like where he stabs him through the neck.
Oh, the full page of just the neck stab? Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that shit's so good. Just some solid art. And yeah, I really like this chapter. I'm just sad that I know the next chapter is not going to be this good.
Yeah, it's gonna go right back down the shitter.
It's going to be right back to 7 pages of military tactics that I do not care for. But for now, Elusive Samurai gets a spot in the top 3, and that's good enough.
It managed. It did it.
Yeah, it did it. You have anything else?
No, not really.
All right.
Weirds me out that they're 10 out of 10.
Weirds me out that they're 10 out of 10. Yes.
Next up is Sakamoto.
Sakamoto Days. Well, this is on your list, so tell me, why is it in your top 3?
I really like the switch at the end, where like now the 2 characters that we like are getting like recruited forcibly into this evil organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see where that goes. I really like the breakdown that the fangirl has at the beginning. That's Sakamoto.
Yeah.
And that like he's fat, and so she doesn't know if she likes him anymore because he's fat.
Yeah. Like I also like how her first conclusion is, "Oh, such a poor guy. He has the same name as like a legend."
Yeah.
Like what a burden to share your name.
And
but
then,
yeah, I mean,
I also liked the guy finally coming out from the VR control, and he's just like crying.
mm-hmm. Just screaming about his student loans.
Yeah, which again, I can relate.
Yeah, I mean, that panel where he's just like, I have to pay him back. Tears streaming down his face.
I also like how the last panel he appears in is him looking at his bank account and going, "Oh, they actually did pay me." It's really funny.
I missed that actually.
Yeah, he's just looking at his bank account on his cell phone, and he's like, "Oh, they did pay me," and then we don't see him again.
You know what? That's a perfect character arc.
Mm-hmm.
Video essay time. The 5-minute wonder. But yeah, no, this was, in my opinion, a more sort of laid back chapter of Sakamoto, very much sort of just people talking. But I mean, Sakamoto is great, even when it's just people talking.
Yeah, Sakamoto is like my overall top 3. Sakamoto's got to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in general, not week to week.
Mm-hmm.
Sakamoto slams.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Also, the film guy, I find him so funny.
The director guy?
Yeah, because all I can see is like those Twitter film critics. With like the absolutely horrendous takes that go viral every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I actually think this movie is disrespectful towards me because it didn't use 70 different angles to describe the buzzing of a fly, and it's like, dude. Or like, oh my god, dude, the fucking Avatar film, the new one, like James Cameron's.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that shit has fans?
Yeah, well, Avatar was weird because like everyone talked about it when it came out, and then no one talked about it again because why would you?
Mm-hmm.
And then now people like weird defenders of it on Twitter, and I'm like, what are you? Where did you come from? Are you like genetically grown in a lab for the purposes of liking Avatar?
Yeah, like I had a guy because I had a tweet where it was like, oh, no one gives a shit about this, and then there was a guy who was just like, stick to anime, nerd, you don't understand real film. I'm like, what? James Cameron's money laundering scheme is not a real film.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like of all the stuff James Cameron has done, you're sticking to like Pocahontas in 3D.
Yeah, like what? Like the fucking PS4 cutscene tech demo. That's what you're going. That's why you're telling me, a guy who has a minor in film science, that I don't know film. What?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the generic Twitter. Like, oh, you don't like the thing that I do? You must be stupid.
I mean, yes, and I mean I am stupid, but I did study this shit for a couple of years. I did watch those weird movies, and I watched some good ones too. I watched a lot of like Chinese, Hong Kong movies that were very good. What is it called? Fallen Angels by Wong Kar-wai. Absolutely recommend that. I don't know if it's still a sleeper hit or if it's been part of that sort of renaissance of people discovering Chinese films. Anyway, tangent. But no, the point is Sakamoto is cool. The film man is funny. Out of 10. He reminds me of Twitter.
Speaking of Twitter, holy shit! I randomly stumbled on this Twitter account, and it's just some guy complaining about foreigners reading manga.
Oh, as in like non-Japanese
Yeah. Why do foreigners
is
want to compare one manga and anime to the other? Many foreigners illegally watch manga and anime and despise those that they don't like. That is why all Japanese consider foreigners to be immoral thieves.
okay. Is this person Japanese?
I don't know. I don't think so. They joined like this month on Twitter, so it's probably just fake. Because like their response to one post is literally just someone posting images from the Culling games as like a defense that Jujutsu Kaisen hasn't like ended or hasn't like fallen off. And the response is, "It is very funny for foreigners (parentheses non-Japanese) close parentheses, many of whom pirate manga and anime to post as if they were manga fans."
I mean, were the screenshots from like the official Jujutsu Kaisen scats?
Yeah. They have like the to be continued thing from the official release down at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, that shit gets translated for us.
Yeah, we also in fact read it. It sure looks like it's right out the app.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 90% sure that's like an American LARPing.
I'm pretty sure it is because it only has 2 tweets, those 2, and they're both in English, and it just joined Twitter this month. But like, it's still funny.
I mean, it's always funny, like the the deification of the Japanese people by Western anime fans is something that would be funny if it weren't so like transparently rooted in some real nasty shit, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right?
Yeah, like you want to know how you get like the most clout on anime Twitter and like 1 billion followers on Patreon? Pretend to be a Japanese woman.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you will, because I mean, you know, if you're an attractive woman, you can get followers with a certain accelerated pace, and that's fine. You know, that's the nature of the internet. I'm not here to judge that. But if you want to go the extra mile, pretend you're Japanese, because you will have so many weebs just kind of just falling all over themselves, trying to tell you, "Oh my God, you're from such a nice place, like such a proper person," right?
Oh,
and it's
God,
just so gross.
It's so
yeah.
weird.
Well, the thing is that the people who say this shit are people who are at heart extremely conservative, extremely traditionalist, and they in their head have convinced themselves that Japan is like extremely conservative and extremely traditionalist, which it kind of is, but not to that degree. Like they have huge, progressive movements, huge LGBTQ advocates, and they face, challenges as you do in a conservative country, but it's not like they're non-existent, like the good old Japanese people don't believe in homosexuality bullshit that resurfaces every other year. I feel like was like, sexuality discourse is a Western concept. It's like, no,
it's not
at all, actually.
In fact, it isn't.
In fact, maybe you're stupid. Maybe I'm not the only one.
Yujikaku posted a final drawing of the 2 Ayashimon protags and gave a little goodbye tweet.
Aww.
That's sad.
I hope he comes back.
Me too. The final episode of Ayashimon was published today in Weekly Shonen Jump number 26. I would appreciate if you could read it. I am grateful for the people who have been with me so far. Thank you. No. No.
Also, by the way, did you hear that the author for Red Hood is now an assistant on Elusive Samurai?
Really?
Yeah. So if we see a buff woman soon,
it's only a matter of time.
I am for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, too many 10-year-old boys, not enough jacked adult women.
He just inserts he just inserts Mirko into it. Cross promotion. Like, did you know in Japanese history, the land was saved by a huge jacked bunny woman? It's true. Check your local history books. What were we talking? We were talking about Sakamoto, weren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to move on then?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Next up is, I believe, are we at My Hero?
Yeah, I think we're at My Hero. Just My Hero and Jujutsu left, I think.
So I think we are now at My Hero Academia.
This was a cool chapter. I had fun with most of it.
I fucking laughed so hard so many times in this fucking chapter. Not for
Which,
good reasons.
okay, Zenrotto's top 3 My Hero jokes in this chapter. Let's go.
Okay, first off, had to be watching Endeavor get disemboweled and fall to his death, and then Tokiyami's like, "Girl, that ass though," like in the exact same moment.
Uh-huh.
Fact that Jiro et al. Was able to impact literally anything that All for One is
Mm-hmm.
doing is funny.
Uh-huh.
And then
Uh-huh.
her shit talking him like he's not just gonna grab her by the face like Omni-Man and shatter her head in the beginning of the next chapter.
Really, you haven't even gotten to one of my favorites, which is the prosthetic feathers on Hawks.
Oh yeah, that he has prosthetic feathers because he can't grow his normal ones back fast enough.
Yeah, which is like, hey, so if his quirk works by all of his feathers having a mental link to him, how do you do that with like a prosthetic? Like, what part of this is a
If
prosthetic?
anyone
Because
can figure it out, it's the Super Mario Hospital.
that is true.
Also, I like the All for One continuing to have the shittiest shit talk on the planet, where he goes, "Oopsie daisy." Like, no character in MHA has good shit talk except for Bakugo.
I will actually contest that. I think Oopsie Daisy is exactly what you say here. Are you fucking kidding me? You slice open the strongest guy on the enemy team and you go, oh, whoops. Like, that actually made me respect him more. Also, it's really funny that he calls them jobbers.
That is also very funny because it's like, yeah,
Yeah, that's
you're
exactly
correct.
what they are. But yeah, I mean, this chapter was all right. Like, mostly fights. I thought the whole thing where All for One sort of riles up Endeavor by telling him about that he was behind Dobby. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, sort of very in line also with how All for One, you know, in every big fight he's in, he has to make like a big reveal. Like, he revealed the whole Tomura stuff to All Might. And I already saw Pineapple go like, I wonder what else he will reveal. And I almost vomited.
What
But
other things has this guy done because he's done everything bad?
that's true. He's like, you fools, I invented the 5-day work week all those years ago. Um, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. Like, My Hero gets a lot of legacy points from me just because I'm invested. And I really like the art. And this chapter is no exception. Like, all like fire-based attacks in My Hero look incredible. So a chapter with Endeavor in it is always cool. Will say it's really funny looking back on Endeavor's tenure as number 1. You know, just watch me. And it's just him getting his ass
Just
handed
getting
to him.
absolutely fucking bodied day after day.
Yeah, to the point where now he has to get saved by a high school girl and her overly horny bird friend.
Yeah, I did like when they show up and Hawks doesn't even know her fucking name. He's like, "Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding me? Get out of
and
here!"
that class A girl. Imagine you're in a war and someone just calls you that guy.
It's my little childhood companion and also that girl.
Yeah. Wow. Tsukuyomi, my favorite person in the world, and woman. Also, I think it was Munso on Twitter who was like, another female character getting the spotlight in My Hero.
Oh yeah, Jiro
Get
about
the.
to get fucking mauled is like, yeah.
I mean, she might not because she's also a kid. She might actually survive.
So you think
Um,
her childness will overcome her being female, so Horikoshi won't be able to go through with it?
yeah, true. I feel like that's how it's gonna be. Um, it's so. I mean, on one hand, you know what? I am happy that Jiro's getting to do something, but I mean, that's kind of a big issue with My Hero in general, where it's like all these characters have been doing absolutely nothing for years, and for them to swoop in now and face literally Satan, feels so weird.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because people are like, you're complaining that they don't do anything, and now that they're doing something, you're complaining about it. But it's like, you got to do more than nothing and then fight the final boss. Like,
Yeah.
there's got to be something in the middle if you want me to care.
Yeah, because I mean, Jira. The thing with Jira is like she's a character that actually has done stuff in the past, but nothing all that major. Like the most major thing she ever got was the Culture Festival, and that wasn't like progression in terms of power or battling. That was very much sort of an insight into her emotional state, which absolutely cool. I don't think that prepared her to fight the devil. Like band camp doesn't prepare you to fight Lucifer himself. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't know. I've never been to band camp.
I really
Any
liked
band?
that reply that you got on one of your
What?
tweets where you were making fun of something. I think it was the butt thing. And
Mm-hmm.
someone just posted a little like MS Paint comic of like a super swole dude with All for One's head on it. And then
Yeah.
it's just Jiro saying, I will win because my sound is superior.
Yes. I am sure to win. Do you know what that meme's actually from?
No.
That's from like when Godzilla versus Kong was about to go out. And like the huge thing was Godzilla, and the small guy was Kong going, I'm sure to win because my intellect is superior. Uh, um, but yeah, honestly, the most memorable thing in this chapter was definitely Tokoyami revealing himself to be a booty warrior.
Yeah, like imagine flying straight towards Satan and watching the most powerful person you know get disemboweled, and all that's on your mind is, damn, that girl got a booty and she on my back right now.
Like, not only that, but he's twisting himself inside out over the most white bread girl imaginable.
Yeah, it literally like it's the punk rock like scene girl, dog.
Yeah. Like, oh no, you like alternative music and have short hair? Oh my god, that's like nothing I've ever seen before. Not judgmental, fellas. We're talking about manga.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. But she is very much the most like unseasoned chicken of the class in terms of girls, which is also funny
That's got
because
to be
Tokoyami's a
Momo though,
chicken.
right?
Momo is more sort of typical, not in like a real life sense, but in an anime sense, right? Like she feels more like just an anime woman.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Yeah. No, invest in Mina stocks
Pink alien
and
women.
Hatsume. Yeah, pink alien women that can dissolve anything they touch. Now that's risky. No, but I mean, everyone who knows me, they know I invest in Hatsume stocks exclusively.
Your portfolio is extensive but single targeted.
Yes, which is very bad considering she'll probably never appear again.
Oh yeah, no, she's done.
Yeah, I
She's
mean,
done.
she had her scene of shoving her boobs into Deku's face a second time, and that was it. And I guess she invented things as well. I didn't pay attention to those parts. But yeah, no, I like this chapter. It was fine. Like a lot of these are just jokes at the end of the day. As long as my hero can just make me feel something these days, I'm fine because I'm so out of the plot. Like I've just stopped caring about the minutia of it, which is also why I've kind of stopped making analytical content on it because there really is just not much to do anymore.
Right. It's just like it's the battle.
Yeah, it's just like the checklist. Oh, this is a thing that has to happen. Also, fuck you to Hawks for saying that, oh, he could not have beat Dobby now. Because, like, maybe you're right, but also him fighting Dobby would have been a cooler conclusion to that
Yeah.
story
I
arc.
just don't give a shit about him fighting All for One. It feels like who fucking cares?
Well, it's weird because, like, in like the span of a couple of chapters, they turned this random matchup, which is Endeavor versus All for One, into a grudge match because now Endeavor is trying to avenge or pay him back for Toya, and that's kind of weird. Like that's a weird way of like setting up this rivalry, I guess, last minute. But I guess we'll see. Eventually, Deku will show up, and then the
Well,
real
he
fight will
won't though,
start.
because he'll be fighting Shigaraki.
Oh, that's true. He won't show up here. That's right. Well, we'll see about that, I guess. Things
Deku's
can
gonna do
happen.
that protagonist thing where he runs through every other battle on the way to Shigaraki and wins.
The second's quirk is actually just the shadow clone jutsu. He's like, look at this kid. I learned this from TV because we used to have anime back in the day. Kagebunshin no jutsu, and he's like, oh shit.
Oh, great.
Um,
Yeah, this is exactly what I needed.
yeah. Oh, how convenient. My power is exactly what would be useful right now. It's almost like someone's written this.
It's almost as
Uh,
if this is fiction.
yeah, it's almost like they're storytellers making these decisions. But yeah, I think I'm actually already out of things to say with my hero. So unless you got anything else,
Nope, I sure don't.
all right.
Tokiyami, get your
Then
mind on the fucking task at hand out of 10.
Tsukuyomi, I'm proud of you out of 10.
And then next up is, of course, Jujutsu Kaisen.
The grand finale.
Yeah, Gotsu Gotsun, as they say in youth circles.
This is the funniest ability Giga
I
has ever
love it
come up with.
so much. It's literally, I can't be killed while my theme song is playing. And it's not even like a cool theme song. It's the intro to a rom-com.
Yeah. Love Deluxe or whatever.
It's literally the intro song to a rom-com. And
Yeah.
he's beating the absolute shit out of Kashimo.
Literally immortal.
I love Hikari so much.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the one guy in the comments who, in response to us saying that Hakari's ability sets him up to lose, was like, no, it sets him up to like sweep the fucking floor if he just keeps getting jackpots. Like you really predicted that shit. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, he has to keep getting jackpots though, so I feel like we're getting this setup where like he's gonna get another one, and then he's gonna roll again, and he's not gonna get it, and Kashima's gonna be like, "Gotcha." That feels very
True.
Jujutsu Kaisen for it to happen.
Yeah, in a way. But also, oh my god, what a glorious ability. Just continuous carnage as long as your theme song is playing.
It's so fucking funny that they can hear the music.
Yes.
It's by far the funniest part is that both of them can hear the music.
Yeah. It's like, when you hear boss music. Like that's literally it.
Also, I like
Let
how
me
he's
see.
like, "Hey, can you tell me about Sukuna?" And Hikari's like, "I have no fucking idea who that is."
No, it's more like, can you tell me about Sukuna? And Akari's like, oh, here it comes.
And then he gets his Hisoka panel, which is great.
Yeah. Yep. The cross-hatched crotch.
Mm-hmm.
Crotch hatched. But yeah, this is very much just a beatdown chapter, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's one
Oh
of the
my
best.
god.
When he gives him the two Michael Jackson poses back to back.
Yes. Oh
He
my
does.
god.
I love. It's so fucking funny when he does like the crotch grab and thrust, and then the next panel he just disappears, and
Yeah.
then he's caught up with him.
Oh, this is so like this really is like pushing that statement that Maki made that on a good day he's as strong as Yuta or stronger. Like, we were like, oh, he has to like get a boost or whatever. But no, this is literally like he can either lose or he can be immortal. Like, Jesus, what an ability.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucking wild ability.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just love his shit-eating grin on page 18.
Yep, that's literally what I'm using right now. It's my Discord
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah, I know. It's so
Oh,
funny.
it's so fucking funny.
Also, Gege is really pushing like domain expansions in these calling games. Like we had a 3-way domain expansion, and now we're having continuous domain expansions.
Yeah, we're changing the way that a lot of them work. And then we had the reveal that a lot of old domain expansions were not like insta-kill techniques. They were quick, like limiting abilities almost, because you want to stop your opponent from being able to do their thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it kind of makes me interested to see where we'll go next after the calling games.
God, I don't know. The end of the culling game still seems so far away.
I don't know, because I was about to ask if you think that this is the last major fight of the calling games.
If
Or
he
at least this
beats
phase of them.
Kashimo, we still have to deal with Angel afterward,
That is
at
true.
minimum.
Mhm.
And that works under the assumption that Gojo will be free at the end of this arc, which I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, if we do say that Gojo is supposed to be free at the end of this arc, that would definitely make this arc a lot longer, I feel like. Because it would almost be too early to release Gojo. I mean, too early. It's been years, but still, like in terms of like arcs, right?
Right. In terms of like time that has passed since Shibuya, it's been like a week or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really know because like the whole goal here, other than to save Megumi's sister, which we also still have to do, is
Mm-hmm.
to get Angel to release Gojo.
Mm-hmm.
And once we do that, it sort of becomes like where's the dilemma now? You know? Because once Gojo's out, like shit's gonna hit the fan big time.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, so the manga artist enemy, he's just dead, is he?
Charles, I don't think he killed him. I thought he was just like get the fuck out of here.
Well, it's just so funny that he just disappears. Like Hakari just steamrolls him, I guess.
Oh yeah, he kicks him in the face and then it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the next time, because we end on a fight, in the middle of the fight between the two, and then we cut to Panda, and then we cut to Kashimo fighting Hakari. Like it's so weird.
Then yeah, he's either dead or out of it. I don't know. He just got kicked in the face. He doesn't look dead, but it's really hard to tell from a still image. So
Well, yeah, but also I feel like that whole thing, it doesn't feel like the end of a fight, right? Like it's more like a cool panel. But I wouldn't have expected it. I wouldn't have expected it to be the way the fight ends.
well,
So
it
it's really weird.
honestly feels like it's the setup for the Kashimo fight because this is the jackpot he's riding when he fights Kashimo.
Yeah, exactly. But still, it's kind of weird that we don't get anything there at the end, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe it's just trying to show that like once Hikari gets going, somebody like Charles is a speed bump. Just get him out of the way.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think I'm pretty content. It's a really good chapter. Hikari is quickly. I mean, with the amount of fan art and shit all over the place after this chapter, he's clearly the fan base likes him.
Well, yeah, because like as you said, like I'm invincible as long as my theme song is on. It's such a funny like trope. The fact that it's actually mechanized in the story is one of the greatest things I've seen
It's
this series do.
so funny that they can hear it. Like I can't even explain how funny it is that they can
Yeah.
both hear it. It's not even like it's playing in Hikari's head. Fucking Kashimo can hear it too. It's just playing externally in the air.
Yeah, which is what do you think? Is it like clear sound quality or is it like bad boombox muffled?
I would assume it's good sound quality.
I don't know. Me too, but honestly, I think it would be funnier if it's like muffled and shitty.
It might be, but you got to remember that his curse technique is like too modern. So I like to, it's like playing
True,
through some crisp Bluetooth speakers.
true, but I mean, it's based on pachinko machines, and pachinko speakers suck.
That's true.
Pachinko speakers have like that tinny, also reverb to them. So yeah, it's just like 8-bit music,
That would be so
basically.
fucking funny.
Oh, I cannot wait for the anime to get to this.
Oh god,
Because they're
in
gonna
5 years.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to compose like an original song for this, probably.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be so funny.
I also love
Actually,
before you know what's going on, there's a bunch of panels that just have the music playing.
yeah, I thought he was whistling
I also really
to
like that the
himself.
cover image is like actually the first motion of the fight. Because it's him
Oh
winding
yeah, it
up the
is.
punch in that starts on the first actual panel of the chapter.
Yeah, and it actually tracks motion with it
Mm-hmm.
if you scroll.
Yep.
Damn, that's really cool. Damn. Yeah, good showing, Gege. Absolutely wonderful. Anything else?
I don't think so. Other than yeah, I love that they just randomly mention like, oh, I can hear the music also.
Yeah,
Like the
that
way
was
they
so
just
good.
drop it. It's like, huh?
Yeah, well, is that a week in the bag then?
I think so.
All right. Final statement for this week's episode. Horikoshi has said in his author comment that he got a cat from a shelter.
Oh,
I am very approving of that. I will forgive you the last 2 years of my hero
he should have gotten a cat
just
from
for
me.
that.
Get him out of my fucking bathroom.
Oh, so you actually got the cats?
Yeah, we still got 3 in our bathroom. We gave one to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We still have 3 fucking kittens in my goddamn bathroom.
I mean, there are worse things to have in your bathroom.
I'm beginning to wonder, though.
Oh God. Okay.
They're just, boy, they sure do make a fucking mess.
Well, they are babies. But at the very least, they're like cute babies, not human babies.
Yeah, they're not like nasty human babies. They're like cute little fuzzy babies. So yeah, okay, yeah, 3 human babies in my bathroom would be worse.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 3 human babies in your bathroom would also be incredibly suspicious.
Well, yes.
Um,
This also,
is
by the
this?
way, doing this reminds me of that meme. I don't remember the exact wording of the meme, but it was like, do you know that you could just go outside and just take squirrels? It reminds me very much of that because it's literally like, yeah, you can just go and take cats and put them in your bathroom and nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, one YouTuber I watch has like a rescue ranch, and he had a video where it's like, did you know that you can just take ducks from the park and especially if they're invasive, just steal them. No one's gonna say anything. And the thumbnail is like him motion blurred jumping on top of a duck.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but I mean that's not true in all countries actually. Like I'm pretty sure here all wild animals are tagged
Really?
and considered protected by the state. Yeah, but I mean, I know we're a tiny country. You can do that with at least a vast population of the wild
Well,
animals.
joke's on them. You gotta actually realize that there's kittens there first before you can tag them.
That's true. You kind of spawn camp them.
Yeah.
So you actually got to save them all from the heat.
Yep. And now they live in my goddamn bathroom, just living it up, living large, eating a shit ton of my money in food form.
Hey, but at the very least they're fuzzy.
They are fuzzy, and they even let you pet them sometimes.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Is this where we sign off?
Yeah.
Moral of the story, you have our cosign to steal ducks from the wild.
Steal wild animals if you want them.
Yes. Theft is good?
If shit's outside on the ground, you can just have it.
There was a cat in our neighborhood the other day, and my friend insisted that I steal it. And I was like, no, this probably belongs to someone. But that cat was very fluffy. I was tempted.
Almost wanted to.
Yes, but our apartment is currently not really made up for a cat. So
that's fair.
I decided in the end, if I see it again, then I will kidnap it.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
I got lucky.
Well, I mean, no, I probably wouldn't because here in Switzerland, stray cats are very rare, and I don't want to steal someone's cat.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, folks, we've been trying to end this for like 10 minutes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, folks. See you next time.